Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast.
Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is Kamyar Shah. Kamyar Shah is an operations and marketing executive with deep management experience driving stakeholder value in large and small corporations, rapid growth industries, and distressed turnaround organizations. He is a visionary and strategic leader with 16 plus years of remote and on-location operations management and marketing experience. Adept at problem solving at every level while reducing costs via knowledge management and QA to achieve organizational coherence and to increase the bottom line. Well, good afternoon, Kamyar. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Brian. Thank you for having me.
Awesome, Kamyar. You know, we've met probably, at least 12 months ago, if not longer. And you've just been a great, outstanding inspiration for our platform as one of our founding fellows. And so I'd like to kind of jump into the questions here, Kamyar, and let's kind of go through this and share your story with our audience. So, Kamyar, you've got quite the background in entrepreneurship, leadership, specifically senior executive management. Could you share with our audience the secret to your career growth and what inspires you?
I wish I would have a inspirational story, but unfortunately I don't. I actually fell into entrepreneurship. I was a graduate student at University of Missouri, married, had a kid, and I needed a side job. So started working in a call center. They deemed me capable. They promoted me quickly. And a year into it, I figured I can do this on my own. And the rest is history. I want to, speaking about secrets, there are really no secret to my journey. There has been a series of successes and failures, and each version of it has resulted in experimental learning, and that has resulted in what I've been doing and what I've been good at and what I've been excelling at. So, I pride myself in education. I am a traditionalist, if you want. I like learning. I read a lot. I'll take courses. Some of my peers consider the quantity of courses I take excessive. There is no week going by that I don't take a seminar or a course. During 2020 alone, I took over 130 different courses on LinkedIn. I consider learning, relearning, and re-upping your knowledge base the most single important factor in staying relevant and staying effective and efficient.
That's amazing. I love that story. You said that there was really nothing that inspired you. Well, something inspired you. You just probably didn't know it around, launching your own entrepreneur career. So thanks again for sharing.
No, I mean, of course, at some level, looking into working for someone versus, if you want to designate that as the inspirational factor, sure, yes. At some point while I was working for someone else, I realized I can do more and I can do better. But I think that what gets me up every morning is uncertainty, is a lack of confidence in, do I know all I need to know? I think that's my trigger that gets me up every morning, 4 sharp, and spend 2.5 hours reading every day. Okay. That's I contribute that to my inner uncertainty. Do I know what is new? Do I know if it works? What am I missing? That question, what am I missing? Or could I be missing something? I think that's what gets me up every morning, gets me out of bed and lets me be reading, and don't assume I know, assume I don't know, and try to make sure I'm confident I have done my best to know.
Amazing. Thank you again, Kamyar, for sharing that. And Kamyar, as you know, we've all had some challenges this last year and continuing today. Everybody globally has had to make these major shifts and pivots for the new normal during the pandemic. Could you share with us what you're doing to help your organization stay relevant in the economy?
This is a hard question. Let me preface that with something. The pandemic and its impact has been just sad. The lives, the suffering, business or private, and my heart goes out to everybody that has suffered, and that's pretty much everyone. Having said that, it has not impacted my business because the model that I've been working for 20 years. Pandemic had zero impact on what we do, how we do it, and what results we get. All that has been different from pre-pandemic is the influx of requests because of this particular experience of doing stuff remotely, leading teams remotely, using remote teams for 20 years. We are uniquely positioned in knowing instead of needing to experiment or needing to consider it new. Sure, we have added new technology. We have added refined procedures to adjust for less experienced teams that we manage, but it has had very marginal impact, almost zero, on what we do, how we do it, and what results we get.
Thank you for sharing that. I think there's been a lot of unique challenges for everybody, and certainly we've all had to rise to the occasion. So thank you for sharing, Kamyar. And Kamyar, are you leveraging any new or emerging tech by chance? If not, maybe you found this cool app that is useful you might share with our audience.
Actually, virtual reality has been something we heavily have experimented with in 2020. Several of the customers and clients we work with came to realization that they work from home or remote work is going to be around for a while, if not permanently. Considering what the big tech steps have been between Twitter, Google, Facebook, and the rest of the crowd, even Salesforce, where you see they are permanently restructuring and making work from home a option in one version or another. We took that feedback and started experimenting with meetings in virtual reality environment. It has been interesting, not because of the methodology itself, but because of supply chain problems that we have encountered. Some of the hardware has been hard either to come by or get support for. Oculus 2 has been very challenging for us, though it's great software, great hardware, but the business support for it has been lackluster. But what we have managed to get to work has had an amazing impact. We have deployed it for 3 different clients. One of it in terms of hardware integration into their hardware, i.e. drone remote controls with, like Oculus command hardware. But for meetings and for conducting business in virtual reality, we have seen some immense impact, the satisfaction of employees, the excitement of using this technology in course of business. Meetings via virtual reality is something I'm planning to pursue very, very seriously this year.
That's awesome. We've had several guests on our show that actually work in that space, help design and develop the platform and make various VR use cases for various industries. So I appreciate your interest in sharing that, Kamyar. And Kamyar, last question, could you share something from your career experience that might be helpful for those looking to grow their career in either leadership or entrepreneurship?
This is going to sound redundant, so stay with me here. As I said previously, I'm a firm believer of being a lifelong student. I think the most significant factor that has helped me stay competitive, be able to improve consistently, has been emphasizing quote unquote traditional education. And by that, I don't mean brick and mortar universities or courses. I mean more structured. I mean, one of the best example of it, is LinkedIn Learning. I love that platform. I love the fact that I can go back, even take courses that I took 20 years ago, like be it statistics or be it any sort of quality assurance or leadership. I have found during my career that with every repetition, even from old courses, I start every time without a miss, I start picking up new little nuggets. And every one of those has helped me get an inch better, right? And incremental learning. So, look past my rant right now. So the basic answer is take courses, take structured courses, and don't ever think that because you took something before, there's nothing new to learn. Relearn. In 2020, I took literally almost half of whatever classes I took in my MBA 20 years ago. Not because I wanted to relearn what I knew. I wanted to learn more in depth what I had learned, and then augment that with additional classes like in Udemy. It becomes very, very helpful in deepening and understanding, which by definition helps you perform better if you can grab those concepts. It's being a lifetime learner or a lifelong learner. It's just a matter of seeing the value and seeing how those repetitions help you reinforce some knowledge or have a different view of something you learned before. So if I had to summarize this in one sentence, revisit your education, retake courses, take new courses. There's plenty, and there's literally very little cost involved, just time and willingness. Everybody, even if you look at some of the very famous universities, you can get the entire coursework and just go through the lections. I'm a traditionalist again, and this idea of re-educating and continuously educating, I contribute the majority of my success to that one action.
That's awesome, Kamyar. I appreciate that. I think a lot of people that would resonate with, and certainly people that have been on this show, have had a resounding alignment with your response on that. So thanks again, Kamyar. It was a pleasure having you on today, and I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to speaking to you.
Bye for now.
Bye.